killed pig did.
That's
Yeah.
Set it
I
already?
appreciate the uniqueness of last time, y'all had just dove quite deep into the UPS headquarters after having dropped corn on it, the god of all corn, really. The giant corn stalk that was essentially a tactical nuke, just by the sheer size of it. And now you are spreading like a gas in there that's going to make everyone, what? I forget what the gas did. You were
Very high.
very high. Yes, you're getting-
Hallucinatory, possibly.
you covered the outside of your dragon with packets of drugs,
Yes.
the same drugs that you peddle from Stockgrad, and you dove deep into UPS, just straight down with the dragon. After Metal stood outside and gave a holy sermon to summon the power of God to smite this place, is the exact moment that
The power of God.
the dragon broke through the clouds, causing a beam of light to open because the clouds broke open. And then a very large, very hot fireball and explosion happened. And that's pretty much where we left off. You guys rolled really well on your engagement roll, so I don't think anything really went wrong in your approach here. But we did sort of leave off with you in the middle of danger here. So,
Us in danger?
never, right?
Surely you
Ridiculous.
just.
So let's start with you two on the surface. It was, I believe, Metal and Gladys. I think that was
Uh-oh.
just nearby, right?
You want me to know something?
Well,
Well, yeah, because I don't believe you flew in with them. I
No, I
think you took the
I
safer
think you were
route.
conjuring the storms over
Yes.
yes. Cloudy for dramatic effect. But you two are on the surface. This explosion just happened behind all of the ninjas lined up as guards outside UPS. And they are all momentarily distracted by the massive fireball behind them. Do you want to press your advantage here? Are you going to run and hide? What's your plan?
How many ninjas are there?
Dozens.
Dozens.
Never stopped us before.
Remember, the more they are, the less dangerous they are.
Well, Metal's going
If we're
to tell
seeing
them
them,
that they need to surrender now,
Mhm.
or
Lighting.
he's going to finish summoning.
Indeed. As that sounds like a threat to me.
Oh no.
Sure, we got one die. What could possibly go wrong? Yeah,
What
well,
the fuck
I'm
do you
gonna-
mean
I'm gonna burn a
Swedish
dark
fish
one.
Oreos?
My one and
Oh,
only
God.
dark heart here.
That's a
Swedish
crossover
fish are
that
already
doesn't
awful.
happen.
A 5.
A 5, a mixed success. I think the ninjas don't immediately surrender, but they do turn back to you and they look torn. Like half of them are looking at you, they're looking into the pit that's on fire. You can hear screams now echoing up from inside the screams are becoming deranged as the people inside are becoming higher and higher over time and they're starting to see things. But they're also burning alive, and so it's just a really bad combo. So the ninjas are currently terrified, and you've sort of kept them from acting here. None of them are going to immediately attack you because they're intimidated, and they don't really know what to do right now. But you
are you
haven't
doing?
caused them to immediately surrender.
Gladys,
What?
stop building.
Make them-
Oreos.
Now make them physically torn by sending a tornado full of razor blades at them.
I don't have razor blades.
Then put
Just make a
Pizza
tornado.
Pizza cutters.
Make a ninja
Oh, yeah.
tornado.
Just flash back to getting razor blades.
If
Exactly.
if I pick them up with a tornado, all their pizza cutters will be flying around in the tornado.
It's very true.
This is true.
How could that possibly go wrong?
They're all in a line?
They're all sort of surrounding the outside of the crater.
Alright, well then what was the storm cloud is going to come down and straight across.
Okay. This
Pick them
sounds
up
like
in a ninja tornado.
a tier 3 spell.
Yes, it does, doesn't it?
It does. So, minus 2 dice on the roll and the cost
Perfect.
stress.
I feel like the
Can you give me
Peeps
an extra
Oreo
die or
marked it
something?
down.
No, I
for
just used my
humanity.
dark heart. Do you have dark heart?
That's a really good question. Which one? I forget which one of these smudges says
That
dark
would be
art.
that smudge.
There's nothing there. Okay.
Well, then you're SOL.
2.
2.
Alright.
So, you try to summon this tornado to sweep across the outside of the crater here, and instead you just summon it directly in the middle of the crater,
Perfect.
which is just sucking up all the oxygen out of the base. And so people down below, as the tornado lowers the pressure inside.
They're hyperventilating. There's nothing to ventilate.
Yes,
Be
the fires
thankful you're a
do.
ghost.
The fires do start to dim as you remove some oxygen from the situation. And you're also like vacuuming up some of the clouds of whatever drug you guys make.
I'm gonna cut that off
can make this.
immediately. That didn't work.
Wasabi or
Well, still, but it was visually impressive.
It was.
It showed that was a warning
Did that
shot.
help intimidate them?
I think the ninjas are now. They now think that there's another step of your plan that they're all waiting for, and they're all like at attention waiting for their.
Like you shut it off, so clearly you're preparing for something.
Okay.
Yes, they're all ready to like dodge any second. They think maybe you're gonna explode the gas you pulled up out of the blaze or something. They have no idea.
I've set this up. It's time for you to knock them down.
Understandable.
You took like 20 of them the first time.
I took 5. They're thin. They're like half.
This one's not.
I don't. I don't remember where Carpolomew was.
In the
You're,
dragon.
you're in the ship,
Gotcha.
having fun.
So if no one else, if either of you does something else here, the ninjas will make a move. So what are you guys going to
You better do something.
see what they do and respond to it, or are you going to try and preempt them?
You take advantage of their being paused to do something here.
No, I tried. I assume I can't try again.
You always could. I mean, it just could be more consequences.
Wait, how many stress do I take for that? I don't know.
That was one.
That was only one? That wasn't one.
1 stress for casting the spell, I believe. Yes, or it might be 3 for tier 3 spell.
Wait. It's
I
been
believe
more,
it's
hasn't it?
multiple for a tier 3.
I think a tier 3 spell is more.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It's like at least 2.
I
You
thought
want
you said
an
to
Oreo
take a
that tastes
take
like
a
Lady
stress.
Gaga?
No.
It's probably more, and I'm just misremembering. There we go. Where are the laws of monster science? I had to re-download the rules, and that wrote everything.
I think I have the sheet here. I have the Dark Arts. Tier 3, take -2 die on Invoke. Each spell casting has unique limitations.
Yeah, which hers just have to be nature. Oh, here we go. Dark arts. Spell magic. Spell tiers. It just says they cost stress to cast. So I think I get to
I'm
be
sure
part
it
of
was
that.
more.
Yeah, let's go with 3 then. It's a tier 3 spell, right?
Sounds right to me.
Sounds awful.
If spending 3 stress on a spell
Metal
is
is
wrong,
going
I
to
don't
tell
want to
them
be
it
right.
is not too late to repent and join the winning side.
Yes.
It is.
I'm going to tell
Hush,
them.
they don't know that much.
Yeah. And then he's going to try and amplify these screams and that are coming up out of the hole to
Very
make it
metal.
sound like things are getting worse.
Heavy
down
metal.
there.
Nice.
So we're,
So
we're
this sounds
going
like invoke then.
we're going to try our invoking.
Your whole single.
I got 2 now in
Oh,
invoke.
look at
Double, no, I thought for a second it was double ones. It's a 5. That's
5.
Nice.
Okay.
that. You sound
Yes, you like
almost
double
I
disappointed.
can't
ones.
even read my own damn dice. It would have been much more fun with double ones.
I think at this point, you have broken the spirit of these ninjas.
Oh.
So, on a mixed success, half of them do surrender. We'll say there's still 1 dozen ninjas left, but the half closest to you all just drop their weapons, put their hands up in the air, and like get down on their knees. like, please.
UPS needs better minions.
I guess, yeah, they really do.
All it took was hitting them with God, a newt, drugs, tornado.
The
Yes.
screams of
All
their
it took was an
allies.
alpha strike
And corn.
that
It started with corn.
shook their.
Well, it's the
Very
terrifying elves standing behind me that are really the masterpiece at this point.
Yes, exactly.
The cannibals.
Do they fight for us now, or are they just out of?
They have just, I mean, you haven't clarified that with them, but so far they have surrendered. You could write up a,
Yeah,
whatever
follow
term
you.
you want.
Your first command is to slay the unbelievers. And just get rid of all the
Tell them to
ninjas.
kill
the
They'll
other
half.
neutralize each other into
Actually-
a zero ninja.
Here's a better consequence on the mixed success here. Half the ninjas surrender. The other half immediately teleport behind them and just snap all the
Aw.
necks. They're like, nope, no
That's their
betrayal.
little hearts.
And then the more hardcore ninjas who have killed all of their betrayers now start dashing towards you all.
Gladys, it's
That's
time.
fair. Okay. For what?
You can flashback to figuring that out.
No, we're going to kill the
You
unbelievers.
could do that too.
How many non-believers are there?
12.
Oh, there's only 12.
No.
Oh,
They're
okay.
like the 12 ninja apostles.
How
but
many elves do we have then?
evil.
There weren't very many that came, as I recall.
Right, yeah, the
There's only
elves
like a
have to
half a dozen
surrender.
or something.
It was, I think they sent all the pawns,
Mhm.
which would be, what's that, 8? 8 pawns, right?
I cannot remember the fundamentals of chess.
I think it's 8
Yes,
pawns in the game.
yeah, it's 8 across.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't remember if it's 8 or 10 for whatever reason, but it is 8.
I'm gonna lightning strike the biggest one.
Okay.
Please tell me that's not a lot of stress.
The
or any.
biggest one is actually a ninja riding on the shoulders of another ninja.
Mm.
He's
Nice.
slightly taller.
2 for
so-
1.
Well, that'll make him more.
Exactly.
Yes.
And metal is going to lead the
So
elves
that's not a
into
penalty then, because it's just a normal ass spell.
an attack.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. 4. Jeez, these suck.
A 4, okay.
Different dice.
I
have
think
different dice.
you fry the ninja on top, but the other ninja just reaches up and, for whatever reason, this is monster science, the electricity doesn't go through both of them, you only get the one on top.
Oh.
The other one reaches up and grabs that one's weapons and just drops that guy off his back and keeps running with weapons. There are now 11
Was it
ninjas.
12? Like, did they count as one or did they count
They
as
counted
two?
as 2.
Okay.
The one at the bottom was actually a gimp suit ninja. You couldn't tell until you got close. He was wearing all rubber.
Yes, exactly. But somehow the electricity still got the other one.
Mhm.
It's, not grounded.
Magic.
He had a very long sword. It was trailing the ground.
Exactly. Okay, so there are now 11 ninjas that remain. I guess I'll roll a fortune roll for IHOP. So they have tier 3. I'll roll 3 dice.
No.
A 1, a 1, and a 5. So I did okay. I think the pawns. The ninjas are rushing very quickly, and the pawns all advance in steps, right? They're just pawns. they move a little quickly for the first step, and then they go quite normal after that. But they do move
Tire
up
quickly.
quickly enough to form a defensive line in front of you, and a bunch of the ninjas get close, and then the pawns will just stomp on them, and they get crushed. They keep moving. I think with a 5, your pawns have wiped out 6 of the minions at this point. So
Fantastic.
there are now 5 ninjas remaining.
Did
What
we
happens
lose
if they
any
get to
pawns?
the other side of
I don't think so, but I think they failed to stop all of the ninjas who are approaching you.
Well, the problem is half the pawns are now in front of the other half of the pawns, and they
Yeah.
can't go back. So
Yeah.
It's pretty
Right,
tricky.
yeah.
they can just
At
Just
least you
keep
know they're never
advancing
gonna
to the
flee.
hole and fall in eventually.
Yeah, exactly.
A small sacrifice.
Then they all become queens, but they'll be on fire. So then they'll
Well, there we go.
They're
Just
flaming
like with
queens.
these.
Flaming queens,
They're
yes.
flaming queens.
Why not?
That's a different campaign.
Can I conjure more lightning, please?
you can.
I
And,
can't.
and I
Would you
guess
like
Metal
to
will
start
start
another
throwing
one?
his shurikens
What's that?
or the
Just another
shurikens
one you're
or
targeting? Or are you doing a bigger spell?
No, I don't want to risk any more stress at the moment.
Okay.
I'm gonna target that same guy that
I
kind
think
of
at
pissed
this
me off.
point, with how much time you've had and the ninjas have gotten so close to you, this is now more dangerous. So the risks are higher here.
Okay.
Make the lightning come up out of the ground. He won't expect that.
Ooh, ninjas never expect that.
Maybe even the same lightning bolt that you sent down and then like wormed around in the game.
We see it tunnel through the ground.
6.
A 6, okay. This was
where the hell did I leave that lightning?
Yes, exactly. The other ninja who was carrying the first ninja before, lightning comes up out of the ground.
Nice.
And he fries. He does the classic. You can see his bones through his skin, and he flips out and then gets fried and falls over. 4 ninjas remain. And you're throwing shurikens?
Yeah, I got my shuriken thrower out.
Alright.
It had to happen eventually.
You have a shirt.
Are ninjas strong against
Yeah.
ninja weapons?
It's precise and electrical.
It's the only thing they trained against. That's
Yeah,
why they
but
died.
they're gonna
everything
parry,
else.
and they're gonna be parrying electrified weapons.
I will say, I mean, you guys are now the same tier as UPS, and so you're on equal footing with like their officers and things. These are just
Yeah.
grunts. So these are like you kicking your goblins and things like that.
Aw.
It's just weak at this point for you, right? But they can still
Kill.
band it together.
Yeah.
Oh,
I shall kill them all. A 6.
A 6. So yeah, another shuriken toss. One of the ninjas just takes a pizza cutter to the face, falls over. 3 ninjas make it to you. So I think resistance rolls would make sense here to see how much harm you resist with the ninjas attacking you. I'm gonna roll UPS's tier to see how successful the ninjas are. And they crit. So let's hope those resistance rolls are good.
I don't remember how to resistance roll.
Choose a skill, and it can't be the skill you use to get into the situation, which would be invoke for you, or I assume finesse for
Yeah.
metal.
Or you can take off a defense item, is that right?
Yeah, or if you have a defense item that's applicable, which is
My gear is a mess.
I don't think my mirror works in this case.
No,
probably not.
No.
Everybody knows ninjas don't have reflections.
I'm gonna beat them with my pizza cutter stick
Okay.
in the face. Stop. 5.
5. Okay. So you do partially resist. You'll take 2 stress,
Oh Christ.
and you'll take shock to. You used smash those. We'll say muscles.
This is daytime
That
we're
was a
doing
lot.
this in, right?
Yeah, it was a dark, cloudy day because of Gladys's meddling, but you've opened a hole in the clouds with the dragon piercing through.
And the ozone layer.
Yes, true.
So with the light that's shining down, Metal is going to hold up his holy ring and use Invoke to try and create a bright light to keep them from being able to see him.
Okay,
To
throw this into the Pope's line.
double ones.
No.
Why?
It just lasers into your eyes.
It's on point. I think God's just pissed again.
So
Poor Metal.
you shine down the holy light on you, and the ninjas just don't care at all. They just come in. You get stabbed twice. Take shock to muscles and shock to guts, and also 3 stress for failing the resistance roll.
Jeez.
God's laughing. Look at that fucking idiot. Your
Muscles,
next
guts,
God.
3 stress. Alrighty.
We're gonna build such a big ladder.
I'm coming up there.
Can I beat the ones that are killing him?
Yes.
Fire the dragon directly upwards.
Nice.
No, I can't.
I'm gonna light the sun on fire.
You can re-roll that. I'll take another stress.
There you go.
Sure.
Launch the corn god into the sun.
6.
6.
That's a
Okay.
little bit
Ah, the
better.
corn
Full
god
success.
wins.
End
Nice.
the world.
You
Now-
kill another minion.
Since I use smash, do I remove the?
Yes.
Okay, I do not remember. Neat. I shaved your life.
Yeah.
I'll say actually there's 1 ninja left. They both have their weapons stuck in metal, so you just run by and bonk them both in the head from behind, and there's 1 ninja left.
I'm going to take one of the electrical shurikens and just jab it into the guy that's in front of me.
Alright, get the last guy.
Nope.
Jesus, what's that? A 3?
3.
A 3, okay. You go to jab it into the guy in front of you, and he just disappears, and you stab into a log instead. Which he has left behind. And I think the consequence here is you don't take any damage, but your electric pizza cutter is stuck in the piece of wood he left behind. You're gonna have to take like another action.
Okay.
Pizza wood.
The law of inverse
And that
ninja
clears
is
my
happening.
muscles
It
then.
is. This is the strongest ninja. Yeah, that clears.
He's the only one left, so he has all of their power.
As the prophecies foretold.
This is just math.
Yeah.
And then he appears above Gladys and is descending with. Okay, go ahead, roll for it.
4.
Oh goodness.
The 4. Okay, so I think you're both.
Man,
gonna
I'm
take it
trying.
here. You do It wasn't just swinging with your staff, just
The
pizza
stick
cutter stick. Yeah, okay.
right up into his balls.
So he is descending on you, and you do shred him, but he also stabs you in the shoulders with his weapons. So you're gonna take shock to muscles.
Looks like he's puppeting you.
And you have successfully defeated all of the guard ninjas. Yay!
That's
Do I have a ninja on a stick now?
Very shredded one, yes.
Right.
Like strands of flesh. Just
Oh.
kind of dangling.
Goodness.
You have a lot of
Smoke
knives.
that.
in
Turn into jerky.
Um, there's just like a skeleton wrapped around it. Okay.
It will be our standard.
So down in the pit.
We basically saved the day. You guys just need to clean up.
Down in the pit.
Yeah, well, there's still people in the pit.
Oh,
In
You
Wow.
guys prepared like an antidote for the
Good job.
drugs, right?
You know, that
Yeah.
shredding gave me an idea for a really
Important.
screwed up monster.
Does anyone? NPCs all
Oh,
survive.
sure, I'll be
Like,
fine.
someone gets flayed, stripped like a banana,
Uh-huh.
all of their skin off, and
Yeah.
then the skin is haunted, so it just whirls around through the air as a mass and tries to envelop people that
I
have
think that's a
body
Binding of
again.
Isaac thing. I don't remember the antidote.
I feel like I remember you guys were going to dive in and fill the place with drugs, and you were like,
Yes,
well, we don't want to be high.
Oh yeah, now that you say that.
we both
yeah.
have that.
Yeah, so you prepared a couple doses of that. So,
I feel like we may have even taken it beforehand.
yeah, that sounds right. So you impact down there. There's this huge. How do I even describe this? Because you're inside the dragon. It's not like you see it, but you feel that intense wave of heat. You see the explosion outside, and I don't know how you braced yourselves for the impact inside, but I assume
We
you
don't
did
worry
something.
about
I'm
it.
a ghost.
Yeah, perhaps by the laws of monster science, because you were in your seats inside, you
Yeah.
just don't feel.
He
the
just
shock
jumped up
all.
at the last second.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
There you go. Yeah, you counteract it. If you
I
just
think we
bury
just
the
use
ground-
cartoon physics where we go, and then we're fine.
You just gotta clench real hard.
Yeah, it's fine.
Kobe makes a bunch of squeaky toy noises the whole time.
Okay, I like that idea. So you're canonically squeaky noise bouncing around everywhere, and then the door opens, and you roll out of the dragon.
Kobe
You
has
see-
arrived.
Yes, you see a bunch of ninjas. But you can clearly tell they're ninjas because they're wearing like ninja masks, but they're wearing like lab coats and things, and they're all just like walking around, clearly not seeing straight. Like
Yeah.
one of them's leaning on another, and the other one's like pushing that one ninja off. And, a couple of the ninjas are like fighting with their pizza cutters in the background, but like very slowly, like clang, clang.
They seem like they're having a lot of
clearly
fun.
Confused. And half of them are on fire and don't seem to have noticed.
Anyway. I'm just gonna saunder past them.
Kobe's going to try to steal whatever they were sciencing in here.
Okay. You find just a whole bunch of. A lot of the vials and things are broken because of the explosion you've caused. But. I think you do find some. Like stones with some peculiar runes on them you've not seen before. These all appear to be like fairly uniform runes in the same language, and like the stones appear to fit together into something. They're clearly recreating something here, or perhaps replacement parts for something else.
They were avid Diablo 2 players.
Yes, you could investigate those later, or here if you want.
Can I
so-
steal them?
Yes, yeah. They're just a bunch of like.
I just scoop a whole bunch of them into a bag.
Yeah, I'm picturing like coaster-sized like discs of stone, and you just like.
It's Scrabble for big people.
Yes. Yeah, so you scoop a bunch of those up. You have no idea what they're for, but you'll figure that out later. And then there are just hallways going out in each direction. You guys went down like a central elevator shaft, and it appears that there's like a little bit of a disc room at the bottom, and then
Yeah.
just like hallways going out in like different, like you're in the central of like a spoked wheel, basically, like right in the middle. So.
Are there any signs that say you are here?
There is a sign that says "You are here,"
Probably
and
no
it's
light time.
it just points to the center of a spoked wheel map.
Oh,
Yeah, you are here.
wow, that was both exactly what I was expecting and completely unhelpful.
Strangely, none of the paths are labeled. Even
If
on
I
the
take a step to the side, does the you are here on the sign change?
map. You know what? It does actually. Yes.
All you
Very
can read
cool.
is you, though.
Yes.
So Kobe, you know what I'm gonna do?
I'm gonna turn into a super ghost real quick. I'm just gonna run through rooms. I'm gonna find a cool room, and you just look where I am, and then I'll come back and I'll say, hey, I found a cool room, and then you'll know where to go because you were looking at the side.
The sign only shows where Kobe is.
Yes, you are right about that. That is why.
If I step to the side, does Kobe see the marker change?
It just
No.
he is here.
Okay, this is not going to work.
Kobe also only sees Kobe when
In the absolute peak of monster science.
Yeah, they built the sign specifically attuned to Bartholomew, and they just never knew who it was attuned. Like, the chosen one has arrived, finally.
Alright, I guess we could just split up. Or you want to go down the same... What are we looking for at this point? Because we're in the middle. This is where the cool stuff is. But I don't see any big people for us to murder. And I feel like that's what we're looking for.
Kobe wants to steal things.
You just stole some stuff. We have plenty of time to steal stuff.
Kobe wasn't listening to anything you said.
Alright, I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna kill whatever I find. And I'll scream if I need your help. How does that sound?
Kobe won't help. Kobe
I did
turns
not
around
expect
and
you
walks
would.
the other way.
But, you know, the offer's there.
And I'll run in a different direction.
Run in different
Yes.
directions, yes. Okay,
We immediately split up Scooby-Doo style.
yes. So you start running down the halls, and you just pass by a whole bunch of, again, ninjas in lab coats. Some of them are like ninjas in like high visibility safety equipment, like construction worker type stuff.
The opposite of
There are more
ninja.
ninjas than I
Yes,
thought there
which is
would
very
be.
strange.
Yes.
And so on and so forth. And as you rush down these hallways, you don't see many doors leading outwards at all. But you do notice, yeah, I guess I won't necessarily call for a roll for this.
Okay.
You do notice that as you get closer to the ends of the hallways, there are little trails of those rune stones like embedded in the floor around here. And you get to the outer hallway, that's the big circle around, and there's like a ton of these runes on the floor here.
Fascinating. Can I pry them out of the ground?
You can, yeah.
I'm gonna just pry a bunch out of the ground and stick them in my pockets.
Okay.
The UPS's ninja-based Large Hadron Collider.
You reach down and pull a stone out of the floor, and as you do, it's like glowing blue at the moment. You pick it up and it stops glowing. And the ones near it stop glowing, and then the ones near that stop glowing, and then the ones near that stop glowing. It appears to be like slowly expanding outwards. And you notice after you pull the stone off the floor, there's not more floor underneath. There's just like darkness. And then the stones that turn
I hope that
off
was important.
start to fall into the darkness one by one. The floor is slowly
He's reached
falling
bedrock.
apart.
Watch out, Kobe! I destroyed the floor.
Kobe
It seems like a
entirely
major-
far away.
It seems like a major vulnerability.
Meanwhile, on the other side,
I'm just gonna turn into a
scooping them
ghost.
up from the hole.
I'm going to turn into a super ghost so that I'm like floating in the air, and I'm just
Okay.
gonna descend downward.
Okay, one stress to turn into a super
Okay.
ghost, and then yes. You begin to float down through the hole, and you can see after you descend, the floor above you, like exactly mirrored from the floor beneath your feet a second ago. But then there's nothing around you in all directions. You don't see dirt in any direction, and in fact, you can see like the edge of the hallway, just like there appears to be space above it too, like as if this entire tower that digs underground above you is digging down into the void here somehow.
I can't believe I destroyed their entire fortress.
Indeed. You also notice a bit of like glints in the darkness occasionally. You thought it was like pure darkness down here. But you can see that apparently bits of gold are falling from the structure above you down into the
I'm gonna swim for the gold so I can try to grab them and put them in my ghost
Start grabbing
bag,
coins. Okay.
which probably are just going right through me.
Yes.
Curses.
Little like coin chutes
Uh-huh.
are embedded in the bottom of the structure and just occasionally dropping coins. Sometimes like a whole bunch of coins come through in a burst. Sometimes it's just a couple. But it appears to just be depositing, almost raining gold pieces from the ceiling.
But this is good to know.
If I peer as hard as I can downward, do I see like a pile of coins that I'd expect? Like I assume this is all going towards some gigantic treasure trove at the bottom of this, what must be a very deep pit.
Give me a scan roll, I think.
Okay. Now my senses extend twice as far as normal. So again, says extra die when tracking or surveying an area. Does that apply here?
I think so, yeah.
Thank you.
Long range senses definitely.
That's a crit.
A crit.
My
Void
eyes
stares
extend
back.
cartoon-like. I have telescoping fisheye lenses.
Your eyes extend, and then like lenses appear in front of it. Like, ching, 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 ching.
I love monster science.
You peer down into the darkness, and somehow you just zoom in on it, and you can see that all the coins. The first thing you see is that all the coins are falling uniformly straight down for a while, but then eventually they all kind of curve together. You don't see a surface they're curving on, and it's not like the coins are plinking off of anything. It's just like some sort of force is slowly gathering them into like a smaller stream. And then you see these giant structures pointed towards each other, and you begin to recognize them as teeth. As these giant jaws are down there, and the gold is being dropped into the mouth of this giant jawed thing, and then a row of eyes around the outside of this mouth. It's a big circular maw, and then just eyes dotted. They're not like uniform, they're like smaller eyes and bigger eyes, just kind of all scattered around the outside of the maw.
So that's where all our packages go.
I'm gonna swim upward.
really fast.
Yes.
Okay. You make it up to the floor, which is now missing a few more dozen tiles, and the hole is growing larger.
Kobe, we gotta go! I'm going back to the dragon, Kobe!
So Kobe, you are currently just stealing whatever you can get your hands on.
Oh yeah.
Would you see these stones and also pull them up?
Well, these are the shiny kind, so yes.
Okay, so the shiny kind becomes not shiny once you pull them up, and you start to see the floor falling apart.
I don't think I see the floor falling apart for quite a while because I'm too busy stealing it before it can
Okay.
fall.
yes. So you're just scooping up the floor into your bag before the floor can fall out from underneath you. And you see Carpalmi in the hole beneath your feet, and then swim back up and shouting at you, like, Kobe, we gotta go.
But stealing.
They got something real big down there with quite a lot of eyes, and all of the money's going and it's eating it. It's pretty big. It's gonna eat us too if we fall. And in case you haven't noticed, I destroyed their fortress, so the floor is falling away.
Yes, you did that.
Yes, that's what I said.
Well, it seems like we need to figure out where these tubes of gold are so we can steal all the money.
Yes, you do that. I'm gonna go to the dragon. I'm still swimming away. Even though there's really no reason for it anymore. I'm still doing it.
I think you're like cartoon swimming
Yes.
despite being a fish.
Yes.
Gobi's gonna go find their money chute room.
Okay, so you find, like, once Carpalmi was talking about the gold, you find, like, especially now that some of the floor has fallen away, some of the structure of the building has started to fall away, you start to see, like, bits of the wall falling away, and you can see, like, these chutes in the wall. So you just start following the chutes up. You could, like, even, do you want to, like, crawl into the wall and follow a chute up that way, or just, like, go back to the central elevator shaft?
I think I just wrap myself around a chute and skitter.
You just skitter up it? Okay.
I don't think we could get down there if we
So
wanted to.
you skitter
I'm
up
an
a
old
floor,
bus, but
and you can see that the
this is
chute
the EBS can eat it.
is connected to a room through like.
Oh, yeah, they're done.
It's like as if this was a ventilation system, and there was like another tube leading into the room. It's that kind of idea. So you shimmy up that. Do you want to try and break into the room somehow, or break into the tube?
Yes, Kobe will smash into the side of this tube.
Okay.
I don't have acid anymore, but I do have 2 hole potions.
You do.
So I just put a hole, and then I skitter in through the tube to where the gold is.
Okay. So you
And
skitter
any
in.
time gold is about to hit me in the face, bag.
Just open up the bag and catch it. Excellent. So you skitter in and catch a couple of more coins that are falling from above, and you can see once you're inside the tube that it goes up quite a ways higher, and there are lots of offshoots that are on the way up as well. It's a little hazy because it's filled with some sort of gas at the moment. You may or may not know about why everything's filled with gas at the moment. But it's just a little hard to see in here. But you break into this room, and it is what appears to be some sort of like little processing room. A couple ninjas are currently passed out on the floor, but there are some tables nearby with boxes, and it looks like there's empty boxes on one side and full boxes on the other. And the ninjas take the boxes, they open them up, they take out the supplies, and you don't know what they do with the supplies. But like most of these crates look empty, except for the ones that are on the table that are unopened. But you don't see like piles of gold in here or anything. You do see what appears to be like a big magic circle on the floor, though, which the ninjas are passed out on either side of.
Are there any bottles of Ninja Pea? Or is the Ninja Pea invisible?
There are probably bottles of Ninja Pea in the corner. Yeah, this is
They are
the
invisible.
warehouse. Yeah.
Kobe will crack open one of the supply crates and start sniffing.
Okay, crack open the crate.
Better than the other option, I guess.
And you do see like what appears to be a couple bags of coin in there, but also like bundles of produce and like a little basket of eggs and like a whole bunch of other things. Just very assorted bits of supplies.
Well, first Kobe goes and eats a bunch of eggs, and then
Chomp, yeah.
As one does.
He is Snake now.
steals a bunch of all of the money, completely ignores their clear turning value into wealth room, because Kobe don't know magic that much.
No, that's not monster science.
This
that's
is
people
stupid what they're doing.
science. Yeah. They're not making the ingots even. That's crazy.
Exactly. They're like taking big thing, making little. That doesn't make any sense.
So Kobe's going to steal all the money, eat entirely too much food, and then
Just so many eggs. Do they have a circle that turns things into eggs?
that's an
You
odd
haven't
shit
tried
thing.
putting a coin back on this before, so.
He's
Nope.
just gonna take a nap.
Let me see how much
No,
eggs
I'm gonna
this economy.
needlessly all fours like a gecko skipper out back to the ship.
Well,
You
all
don't
twos because you're a
have
snake.
legs
right?
anymore.
Yes.
The snake with
Yes.
arms. You slither.
Use your forked tongue as 2 legs.
Oh no.
It's so elaborate when you're just a snake that can slither. But, yes. So you slither out like back into the hallway, back into the tube.
I am going back to the ship because I assume the only reason I stopped stealing things is because I'm full of things. I need to dump my loot in
Okay.
my house.
Yeah, so you have just acquired a very large like Santa-sized sack of loot over one shoulder, and you're heading back. Carpellum, were you just headed back to the ship as well?
Yes.
Okay, so I think you arrive at the ship, and there's somebody standing outside the ship, just kind of like casually leaning against the door.
Is it Gilly Bateman?
It is not Gilly Bateman.
Good.
The red herring.
But you do recognize the aristocratic appearance of Brenna Van Torth, who you last saw in the company of crabs, who led the ninjas up to the company of crabs in order to try and take it from you all before you.
Oh, hey, do I know you? I feel like I might. Do we steal a pizza man from you?
Yes.
Cool, I'm gonna go now. If you'll excuse me.
I can't let you do that.
Oh, there's something in your basement. It's gigantic. It has a lot of eyes and it's
Yes.
eating lots of things. So I'm running away from that.
That is wise, but you should leave the gold behind. We're going to need it.
Well, see, I need the gold too. I'm going to turn it into an ingot.
Do you know what the UPS stands for?
Not much.
Unprotected
Everybody's
sex.
just kind of.
That's the old meaning. That's the old meaning.
Who said that?
This echoes down the hall from Kobe, who apparently hears it.
Kobe was shouting it for no reason.
It echoes through the ventilation system Kobe is crawling through. It sounds like really hollow and ringing.
I don't think you stand for much. Your people are just kind of lying on the ground high and on fire.
Speaking
Not
of
much
which,
standing.
why aren't you high and on fire?
Why? Who said that? But yes, the disembodied voice in the ventilation makes a good point.
I gave up my lungs long ago.
That's a good idea. Oh, I did do that. Never mind.
Then why did you need the anti-drug potion?
Voice, you keep making such good points.
The vent system keeps looping back. There's like 9 vents in the ceiling.
The UPS stands for the Universe Protection Service.
Oh, does it?
Yes.
Well, that's a pretty good acronym.
Thank you.
Your marketing isn't very good, though. I had no idea.
Yeah, well, it was made by the board above me, but we had to sacrifice all of them. So I'm all that's left. Just trying to keep this place afloat.
Well, you're sunk pretty far beneath the ground. I don't think you're doing a very good job on that.
Well, that is also intentional. Unfortunately, we're going to have to sacrifice this floor after you've ruined it, but hopefully we can get enough runes on the floor above. That is what it is. We need to keep operations in business, though. If we don't keep that thing fed, it's going to eat a lot more that we don't want it to eat. So
And like exactly how much you have to feed it for it not to eat everything.
that's why we ration out the coins and we make sure that all of our tax
Yes,
policies.
yep. I take out my tiny little notepad, but like exactly how much every day is needed.
I'm not going to remember this after this, so can you just...
About 10,000 gold pieces
Okay.
per day on average, but it fluctuates
About
depending on the
pieces.
season, how depressed the god is.
Oh, I know
number
that.
of
Song
other-
and dance.
Number of other variables, of course. But,
Yes, variables.
we reach these figures through great sacrifice.
Better you than me.
Yes.
Go on.
I'm sorry, are you taking notes?
Was that not
Oh, would
clear?
you like to become allies with us? Do you understand?
No.
Oh, I see. Okay. So here's the problem. This god is the god of greed. He's Plutus. And he will eat everything. As you can see down there, he's already eaten quite a lot.
Yes, I did notice that.
Yes. So,
Goodness, yes.
yeah. He ate my lungs. He ate.
Again, I know that
those
song and dance.
through a ritual to appease the god at one point. He will ask for other things other than gold, but gold tends to really satiate him well enough. Yes, we have.
Your
found-
god's kind of derivative. Ours came first.
Yes, we have found the exact ratios of gold needed to keep him satiated without overfeeding him, so that we overburden the public with our taxes. We've also kept this a secret to make sure that the public doesn't fear this threat, of course. But,
Why not?
well,
I feel like fear is the exact
mass
thing.
panic.
I don't understand the downside.
Well, we need enough productivity to get this all working, and
I find fear is a great motivator.
you know,
He's being motivated
I
by a
suppose
curse.
someday when
Can
you run
Kobe
this
just
place-
interrupt this powerful moment by crashing down
Yes,
through a vent, just
absolutely.
landing on his face?
Like, see, that's a god of sacrifice and despair right
I
there.
think Branovit jumps at this, is like, oh, I see what you mean. I feel very motivated now.
See?
Yes.
I can see why you sacrificed your board of directors. They seem to be bad at decision making.
Well, you see, a certain organization did not pay their taxes one month. So we sacrificed one of our members of our board, and then another month they refused to pay, despite
Okay, see,
hoovering up a lot of wealth. in the
there's your
country,
problem.
sacrifice another
When
one.
your enemies don't pay you, you don't kill yourself, you kill your enemies.
We had to satiate the god of greed, or we would all be dead.
Maybe if you paid fewer of these completely useless ninjas, you'd be able to afford to feed your god better.
We don't pay them.
Oh, well, good job with that.
Don't you not pay your minions? Isn't that how this works?
I've never really thought about it before. I certainly don't pay your minions. Do we pay our minions?
No.
Oh, They do a lot of gambling. Where do they get the money from? It's not important, anyway.
That's pretty
No,
important.
it's kind of important. Hold on. You give us a moment.
So the whole universe, the floor is falling behind you, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Kobe's gonna peek over the floor.
I'm still ghosting. I just take a needless step to the side.
Kobe's going to kill that.
Oh, please do. Please.
Kill the.
Yes, that would solve all of our problems, probably.
It's stealing Kobe's money.
Yes, yes, it is.
Get in the ship.
That's what I'm trying to do.
I'm sorry. If you have anything more to say, if we can resort to fisticuffs if necessary, or we could gamble. Just want to throw it out there.
I just came to put the facts on the table and hope you would
Well, thank
see the importance of our work we do here and hopefully leave the gold behind.
Thank you. My notes are moderately adequate. I'm not going to put the gold back, though.
I need to figure out how to get this place productive again. You guys do whatever you're gonna do.
Thank you.
And he leaves, and he starts climbing up one of the walls very slowly. He doesn't appear very athletic, but he's like hand over hand climbing up the inside of this.
You'd think with no lungs he'd be lighter.
Kobe's gonna make a nuke.
That's a good idea. I was gonna ask about that. I thought Gladys was gonna do it.
We're
Probably,
going
but-
to like it's just going to cut to the surface hull, and then you're going to hear the noise of the catapult that always fires it,
Yeah.
with no indication of how we could possibly have set it up. So even though we were face down, it's just gonna go.
Exactly. Fired up out of the elevator shaft, and,
And
so,
then just
yeah,
smash down in front of everybody else.
Hasta la vista, baby.
the
What?
very comedic.
Mhm.
And then smash.
The other two have to like.
Yeah, take a couple steps back. So the ninjas are either dead or occupied underground. You've learned some facts about the world here, or potential lies, you don't know. And you've made your way out with a hell of a lot of gold. But
Yes.
I imagine there's still a massive corn husk.
yeah, right.
That burned up.
Did we win?
Almost. Kobe's going to go get a sample of the corn so that he can figure out how to chemically turn the corn god into explosive.
Okay, you get one kernel of one kernel.
One cornel.
They're called cornels.
No,
there.
cornel of kern. You get one kernel.
Not to be confused with
And
the
that's
cornhole.
huge.
We've got a cornhole and a cornel and
You
kernel.
got like the massive bag of loot over one shoulder, and then like the massive cornel over the shoulder as you run to the dragon.
I'm going back in the ship.
Can I? So I have my scout thing says I can establish a second weakness about the target.
Yeah.
With spending stress. Can I have it that the giant stock that fell like on their vehicle fleet, or is that too much?
I mean that makes sense to me. I thought we'd already done that. But,
Okay.
I mean either way, we can say their vehicle fleet is disabled. That's easy.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
As far as I can tell, their vehicle fleet was nothing but a bunch of canoes they used up a waterfall one
Yeah,
time.
yeah. They're just they use their
True.
good powers. It's fine.
Salmon canoes.
Yes.
So you don't know if we won, Kirby.
We got a lot of treasure.
Yes, I'm talking
We set
about-
a lot of ninjas on fire.
Did
I
they
call
pick us
that
up on their way out?
pretty
Well,
cool.
no, they just landed right next to us on the
Oh.
ground.
Get in the ship.
They're-
Get in the dragon.
Get in the ship.
So we're
Okay,
done.
I get the-
Get in the ship.
Are we done?
Yes.
Did you win?
Kobe will leave without
Is
you.
everything dead down there?
No.
My minions are already rebuilding the catapult.
We'll talk later.
Okay, so I'm going to
We need to
dismiss the
leave.
pawns back to
Okay.
the elves there.
Goodness, you both look like a mess. How many hundreds of ninjas were there?
7.
Not
That's a
very
lot
many.
of ninjas.
It is. We were really good.
Good work.
Thank you. I deserve.
I don't even see their bodies. You must have like.
They're ninjas.
just-
They're underneath the ship.
Oh, that
We
makes
just landed
sense.
the ship.
That's probably true.
One
probably-
ninja still wrapped around Gladys's shark stick.
I imagine that you lured them all to one spot, knowing that we would land there. A cunning strategy.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Okay.
if we're done here, we're done here.
We're done here.
Apparently we're done here.
Remind me to make the minions buff the ninja blood off the hull when we're back.
Get in the ship.
I'm already in the ship.
Fine, we'll get in the ship.
Get in the ship.
In the ship.
Alright.
Off we go.
Again, zoom out, we see from like above the forest, and then you guys just fly out. And then we see
Closer,
the same scene we
closer,
always see.
etc.
Yes, coming towards the tower, you cut to you're all inside the tower.
What a
Kobe
very ordinary landing.
grabs like one minion's arm and runs off, and they're all grabbing each other's arms like chained monkeys, and we just sprint into the Ingot lab.
What the fuck is he doing?
I have
I
no
don't
idea.
know, but I think he's got a plan. You see, that was
Is it better or worse if he has a plan?
good question. I'm just gonna share all the notes that I took, and the general fact that there's
so why do
a
we
moth
care?
in that bottle.
Huh?
Nothing.
What?
And just the general
Thing there that there's a god. Oh, I see. It's just the reflected
It's just a reflection.
something off of the surface.
I do
Anyway.
like the idea that a moth is just flying around at the top of the
That's Dr. Thunder.
Okay,
Leave him alone.
so why do we care about this?
He's the doctor. You'll put some respect on him.
Only the ninja manager claimed that their god of sacrifice, of greed, whatever, is going to eat the whole universe. It was implied, at least. They're now called the universe protection.
So they made a deal with
something.
this thing, and now they can't fulfill their end of the deal, and we care why.
I think it's going to eat everything, is what they believe, at least, if they don't finish feeding it. So I understand. They seem to be doing a pretty bad job of it. They seem like when somebody doesn't pay them, they just throw their own people in the sacrifice pit. That just seems counterproductive to me. It's easy to see why they lost.
We didn't pay them. They sent their people here and basically sacrificed them to us.
Exactly. They're just very bad at this. So we have two options. One, I think, and this all assumes that they're telling the truth and that they understand the situation adequately. But I don't really care about that. The risk is quite large, I think, if we try to assume that they're not telling the truth. So either we take over what they're doing and we just throw money away for no reason, or we kill their god, which seems to be the logical course of
sense to
action to
me.
me. And I think that's what Kobe's plan is. He said something about a mook, which is a kind of minion, I think. I'm not sure how minions are going to help us, but
Kobe is developing corn god ethanol. And he's going to create an
from
agent
corn hell.
that he can
So
put
if we just
in the
have to
corn
periodically throw
and turn it
something down
into an
into this
explosive.
pit.
Yes, and by periodically I mean 10,000 gold a day.
Well, yes, but they were throwing in one periodically.
I think they were throwing in one people periodically,
Okay.
but that seemed to be just kind of like as a tip, like on top of the other stuff. I didn't quite get a full set of documentation, but something about seasons. Maybe you have to season the people before you throw them in. I don't know. They were spending quite a lot.
If we
of
don't
effort.
want to give it gold, we just have to keep raiding places and throwing at people.
Well, what happens when
Yes.
we're out of people?
And see, I also think Kobe may get jealous and demand we start throwing the exact same people at him, and we'll have to kill either him or the thing anyway. So I think we should just kill the thing to begin with and get it all over
Because
with.
honestly, they've tried to kill Kobe like 3 times now. And it just doesn't work.
It's just a lot of hassle. And
He's
also,
very
what if
slippery.
we just kept that 10,000 gold a day for ourselves? That seems
Oh yes,
like a
we're not
pretty
paying
good
this
idea.
thing any further.
Oh yes, yeah. So if we didn't
Well,
do that, I
mean,
think
we're
it
not
would.
paying them at all, so it doesn't matter.
Yes, I think there's a good chance it may just eat everything if we don't do that. So I would rather just. Also, I think it would just be really fun to kill it. It kind of startled me a little bit, and that makes me feel insecure, and I'd like to kill the thing that made me feel insecure.
It eats gold, you said.
Yes.
What does it poop?
I didn't check that or ask. I didn't think about that, to be honest. I don't really do it myself anymore, so it didn't come to mind.
Because if it poops out gold,
I
mean,
feel
how
like
does
if
it
it
not?
did,
It poops out Electrum.
they just.
The shitty version.
I feel like if it did, they just feed it its own poop, and wouldn't
they
worry
don't
about.
seem very smart.
That's very true. I cannot discount that.
But we don't know what he's doing.
We do not
He's
know.
just grabbing random.
Yes, he's turning them to kind of a super mook, I think.
He took his own minions.
I mean, our own minions, but yes. I think.
No, I didn't.
I
give
didn't check
permission
which-
to take my minions.
I don't know. I think I got a little bit of brain damage
Well, did he
somewhere,
take
and
your
I can't
minions?
remember exactly what he took.
Whose minions?
Were you
did he
taking
take?
minions or were you taking imps?
I grabbed my kobold.
Okay. Alright, he grabbed,
so
he
he
grabbed
took
his own
his
minions.
minions.
The
Okay.
brain just regenerated. Sorry about that. I don't have a brain anymore. How did that work? Anyway,
I don't know. Sounds
I'm gonna
like
go
it's time to
gamble for a while.
I was just about to say.
Okay, info dumped. Gamble time.
Yes, this
Time to
doesn't
dump
sound
my
like
cash.
doesn't sound like anything we need to concern ourselves about. So
No.
That's okay. Kobe will save the universe.
Kobe's got it under control. It's fine.
Alright. So I rolled blowback with 4 dice because you guys were so dominant on that. You got a full success, everybody gets a dark heart
Thank you.
as a result of that mission.
One dang card acquired.
yeah, I'm pretty sure if we just stop feeding it, the thing will starve to death and die.
You know, I never thought about that. That is usually what happens when you stop feeding things.
I'm gonna feed it this
And-
dick.
Oh,
Is that what you're gonna call the bomb?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
It's
The
gonna be
HMS
scrawled on the
dick.
side. I'm gonna write it in several languages just so it knows.
Someplace on there we need to inscribe the cloaca.
that's the second bomb.
The backup. You flash back to this conversation. Drop the second bomb. It's the first didn't work.
Can I convert this entire corn god into a tactical warhead?
Possibly.
Sounds like a ritual to me.
It does sound like a ritual.
I think it's going to take science and magic.
Yes. But let's start with the full lurking process.
Mm.
So everybody can heal up, clear their stress, their shocks, whatever.
I didn't get hurt or stressed. I had a great time.
Yeah, it was
you-
pretty great
you
for
rubber
both of us.
I
banded
somehow didn't
around.
get bloodied. That's a rare moment for metal.
No, you guys were just very dominant there. You attacked a faction that was already weakened, and you were on equal footing with them, and you attacked them in the way they were weak, so you got out pretty strong. Then loot rolls.
I have the sticky fingers, so I have some automatic loot.
You have some automatic loot. I also think you definitely got loot from prying up the floor.
Yes.
Kobe got like 3 dice of loot, I think, at least. And you two each get at least 1 die. You could argue for more if you think like, oh yeah, I looted the bodies while we were waiting or something.
I didn't loot a damn thing.
So 1 die.
Didn't you have a ninja strapped to
I've got a
stick?
guy on a stick. Did it,
That counts
was
as
he carrying
loot. Okay, so you
anything?
get 2 dice.
You can
Nice.
throw it to the imps.
A ninja skeleton is very valuable.
It
Ninja
might be.
teriyaki.
5.
5. You get 1 gold.
4 and 1.
I got a crit.
Woo! Okay, I'll come back to that. A
I've
4
made
and a
2
1.
rolls and they've both been crits. That's worrying.
Excellent. 1 gold and 1 dark heart for Gladys.
Go you. Right there by your
I
finger.
want to convert all of the shiny runes that I found into resources directly for my new project. They
Okay.
seem to
Amazing,
somehow
someone
be
else didn't
holding this thing separate
Did you
from
bring them?
reality.
Probably they will
Okay.
come with me.
That
don't
sounds
have to
good.
do anything to
You
have
still
them
have the
come with me.
gold you
I think
found.
it's just a
You roll
perfect.
2 dice.
Yeah, I don't think my minions were with us.
6
My
and a
own.
3.
Okay, so 3 is a dark heart. The 6 is a valuable item,
Oh.
so you can upgrade, you add an adjective to one of your piece of gear or something. Or like a powerful potion or something like that.
Well, how about I stole the lexicon of all of their combined knowledge on what this thing is?
I like that. So while you were just checking out the rooms and stuff, you found,
They just happen to decorate the book with a lot of gold filigree to be on point,
yes.
and I was like, shiny.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, yeah, I like that. So you found a book with the knowledge they have about this thing.
And then I immediately have too many dark hearts and go insane.
That's okay, because you have a vault, which turns stress into money.
Well, I have
Hell yeah.
full money, but I think I'm gonna
Just
use
like a real job.
Yeah, so I think how he worded it was it goes to like a communal pool of money,
Yes.
which I can. Does anyone have that dungeon sheet? We can just write it down on. I could keep track of it. But it's easier if it's
Yes.
on
Would that be the flex slot?
the, yeah, flex slot for the vault, and then we can just mark down how many gold are in it.
1.
1 gold.
I'll do a tally sheet if it's needed.
All right, and then Taylor, you got a crit,
Yeah.
so you gain a powerful item.
Oh boy.
Of the GM's choice. So you mostly just pried up the floor was like your loot source,
Yes.
right? And your sticky fingers gave you default loot.
Yes.
So, what does that mean? What is your powerful item? I mean, it probably would involve the runes somehow, but also Kobe wanted those runes.
Yeah. There
Um,
were maybe I traded something with Kobe that was a prototype he was working on.
Ooh, that could be fun. Kobe, do you have any ideas? Prototypes for a ghost?
Well, the first thing that came to mind was a reverse ghost vacuum. So you know how you have the ghost vacuum that sucks up ghosts? What if one that is a ghost and it sucks up non-ghosts?
I like that. I really like that. Okay. That's a powerful item. You have.
That's how I can start to, like, when I'm a super ghost, I can start to actually interact with things I want to take with me.
I like that. So you can suck things up that are non-ghost, and they just get like cartoonishly squished.
Yes.
But they're perfectly fine inside. It's just they get sucked up.
Monster science.
Yeah.
Thank you for the
trade, Kobe.
It's the ghost vacuum, but not how you think it's the ghost vacuum.
Yes.
The Ghostbusters hate to see me come.
Yeah. The Ghostbusters Buster.
Who busts the Ghostbusters?
Ghostbusters hate him. Just,
Yeah, he does one weird trick.
Ghostbusters theme song in minor key.
It's just in reverse.
Okay. So, your dungeon tier goes up.
Goodness.
Da, 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 da. You guys are extremely strong at this point. I don't know why this isn't going to load, but that's fine. Your dungeon tier goes up. I'll edit this once it loads.
Thank you.
And then in the meantime, you get downtime actions, which is when you can start spending some of that time
Corn nuke.
making a corn nuke.
Everybody put all their points in the corn nuke.
Yeah, I'm putting all my points in a corn nuke.
How do I put all my points in the corn nuke?
Roll whatever skill you want and describe to us narratively how it applies to making a corn nuke.
I have no idea the steps involved in making it.
I'm
corn
gonna
nuke.
scan because Kobe's gonna give me a list of ingredients and things we need, and I'm gonna go look in the flea markets in Carptown for the parts,
I like it.
and then gambling their owners for them. Because I gotta live life on
You said
it.
shambling?
Yes, would you like to come with?
I'm going with him.
Excellent.
That's a 4.
There we go. Now you're up. Tier 5.
Nice.
How many ticks is a nuke?
Let's make it 12.
Yeah. How many ticks does my 4 add to the nuke?
2.
Well, I'll give you 2 just because I have 2 to give you. And then since I'm going gambling with him and we're scanning and looking for things, we get a 5.
Another 2.
Well,
Halfway
there we
there.
go. You're halfway home, Kobe, and we've just barely started.
We said this is going to require invoking as well.
Sure.
What sort of invoking do you need?
Kobe will do all of the science to turn it into a bomb. Kobe needs magic to make it explode bigger.
Oh.
How do you enhance an explosion via magic?
Having multiple explosions happen in the same place.
And keep in mind, it doesn't even have to make sense.
A gold NATO.
It's monster science. Whatever you think
I'm
about.
not wasting gold.
Goodness,
of
we
very-
protected
Well, no, their
gold.
gold
We-
is falling down.
Surpassed the number of tier boxes on the sheet.
Yes. You guys are officially in the end game.
Just take a tornado and compress it down to the smallest possible.
Oh, and I'd like to take my free die
A black
on
hole
that
NATO.
scan
Yes,
actually.
black
So
hole NATO,
let
yes.
me. Sorry, I forgot about that. No, it's still a 4.
Okay.
6.
That's 6.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's 3 ticks.
That's not
The
usually
corn
the die
nuke
that
knows
goes.
where it is at all times.
Now we need 3 more, and Kobe hasn't even rolled yet.
Wait, can't we give him a free one? Well, like one of us can give him a free one from
Yes.
the thing.
You
So
have
I'll
one
give
for
him my
each.
free one.
There you go. Almost there. I should have made this at 16 o'clock. Oh, big.
Can't
We
go
still would have
back
done it
now.
in one.
So yeah, it would have.
Tinker. 4.
That's 2.
Did you use
Wow,
your
you
free
suck.
die?
No.
Oh no.
That's that. All filled up.
Damn, we're good.
You have made 1 corn nuke.
It's just like an 18 montage.
You weren't even needed, Colbert.
So what does the corn nuke look like? Does it just look like a big cornel? Or is it
So the plan is
naked?
to make a whole bunch of stuff. It's just in a bag the whole time.
Okay.
And then I go to the giant dead corn god, am there, doing things where my hands are just covered up by cornel so you can't see what I'm actually doing.
Right, okay.
And then the camera cuts to my point of view, and everything inside the corn is now blinking super high tech lights.
Okay, excellent.
So this giant corn cob is now like an actual thermonuclear device.
Excellent. And but it looks like a cornhole on the outside.
Absolutely nothing about this giant corn cob has changed visually.
And here I thought you were going to take the cob, surround it with ingots, and basically turn it into a massive hand grenade, and it was going
That's
to
what I
pop
was
when it got down there.
What if it looks?
We weren't thinking monster science enough.
What if it looks exactly like the corn
No, I
cob
haven't
did
sucked down as
originally?
many drugs as
Except
Kobe.
there's like faint lines of ingots around it everywhere. And it looks like
The
it's-
ingots are on the inside. So after they pop corn out, each kernel explodes into ingots
Of course.
instead of popcorn.
Yeah, metal doesn't ingest or inhale anytime he's near Kobe.
No one should.
That's a good idea.
That's probably good.
I'm glad I
So
don't
I'm
have rooms
assuming
anymore.
your dragon will carry this.
Yes, which is what the other thing I'm going to do is now I need to enhance the dragon to be able to whole potion away from a thermal nuclear blast.
Yes.
I assume as Kobe is going to drop this thing by himself.
Maybe.
I'm not volunteering.
I don't see why any of us need to be there.
Carpolomew can ride the nuke down.
I mean, Karpolovy's dead already. Shouldn't
How Kobe
I mean-
learned to love the bomb.
Exactly that.
is Kobe riding on the outside of the dragon while he does this?
No, the bomb will just conveniently jam and Kobe will have to jump it up and down and then ride it down. Die heroically. No one know. Kobe went in the hole.
Monster science, so it'll be fun.
Monster science. Followed
So
by a monster seance.
how do I go about enhancing this ship to do this using my free tick, the base's free tick, and all my money on minions?
And the imps will help you too. They have 5 dice now.
You just have to make the dragon really long and really thin so it can fit in the hole.
Are you enhancing the dragon to like have a single-use teleport? Is that kind of the idea?
Yeah, so I have the whole potions, and I basically just want it to. Normally it just breathes fire. I want it to breathe whole.
Okay. I like this monster science.
And every time Kobe describes it, it sounds worse.
Yeah,
If it's just gonna like regurgitate the corn out of its.
Like, nah, it will blow whole.
Yes.
I'll just
My brain
huff
is
it. The hole will be
imploding.
right there in front of its face, and it'll just
Oh
Yeah.
hole.
I think 8 ticks, and your dragon will be upgraded such that every time you take it out on a mission, you can just teleport it back home once.
Nice.
Right, so free tick from the base.
Do you have any more free ticks to give?
I already gave my 2 free ticks.
We all have a free tick from the guild hall, and then there's like another one from the forge. Actually, I think that one of them is a die and one of them is a tick.
Yeah, but I gave him my free one from the guild hall.
Your
You
imps?
haven't.
See the field
No.
in which we
Or
grow
tier
our
five.
ticks. Behold that is bare.
Oh wait,
They
if
get
he's
one
using
bonus
his for it, he can't.
Yeah, no, I can't.
But they got 5, so 2.
We're gonna beat this game with downtime,
Yeah.
like we were always destined
We
to do.
absolutely could.
Is there any more that I can?
You can spend money on
contribute?
minions.
Yes, I'm going to. I have 3 gold. Can I pay each of them to get a tick from my minions if they have to roll for it?
They would roll for yes, 1 action per goal, so your minions would roll. Which means
Each time,
I mean, it's
a
minion.
5 from minion.
Can I use my gold to help?
Yeah.
Cool. I use my gold to
How
help.
else do you guys want to prepare? I mean, you're making the teleporting ship, but you could prepare in other ways.
It's
Do I-
okay. I still have 2 more gold to keep. Hey, make more. 6.
And we have a gold in the coffers.
6 is 3.
That's done.
Okay,
The
never
ship
mind
can
then.
now teleport and has a nuke.
True. How else would you guys want to prepare for this?
Well, we need to make sure we have a clear shot. Like, they probably repaired the hole in their roof.
There's nobody
There's
left.
nothing left above ground, it's gone.
I guess you're right.
There's
But
no roof to repair.
They might have enough runes to replate the floor.
I want to scout and see what they will have done to repair ahead of us.
Okay, give me a scan or whatever roll you want to do for this.
Can we send a bunch of smaller explosions ahead of the big
give
explosion just to
scan.
clear out anything that may have been put in
You
its
could.
place?
We can staple the drill on the ship, make it even more
5.
transformer-like.
5. So you scout out the area a little bit with your ghost powers, and you can see that
My
they.
eyes get really long again.
Yes. You're floating above the base, just zooming down. They have indeed rebuilt the floor of ruins, but it's another level up because they've abandoned the floor that you pulled the floor up from. So there is a floor in the way now, which, you know, it's not like that thin floor of stones is going to have much of an effect, but it would mean your nuke would detonate.
Can
farther
I
away.
But I have a lot.
flashback
Yes.
to working with Kobe to make a fake version of one of the runes since we stole the runes from them. And I want to infiltrate in, replace one of their floor runes with the duplicate, such that we can remote detonate it so that we know the floor is going to be gone by the time we nuke it.
Okay, I like that.
Can I have that be my weakness that I establish for my scout ability?
Absolutely. So you'll have a
Thank you.
prepared way to remove the floor.
Yes.
They are currently, they've been spending their time, you can see from the rest of your scouting, ventilating the place and just getting it back up to production. So
Oh, we
they're still-
ventilated it pretty well, I tell you what.
And then, yes, repairing the floor and all that stuff. They have not yet finished or even started trying to repair any of the buildings above ground because our priority is feeding this god gold as soon as possible. Okay, so weakness established. Anyone else want to contribute ideas?
I don't know, I already made a nuke and a teleporting ship, I think.
How are you sighting this and dropping the bomb there, Gobi?
I'm going to do it by hand.
We have a catapult.
That's why I need the whole potion. I'm gonna get up in there so there's no chance of missing and then teleport away. We're not dropping a bomb, we're going in
Okay.
and then dropping it in its mouth.
I got
There
you.
you go. Maybe you could gold plate the bomb so it's tastier for
That's
the
a
god.
very good
Not
idea.
wasting gold.
Just gold foil.
I'll spend a gold to foil it.
Okay, so 1 gold to foil the bomb. So now it looks exactly like a cornucopis. Like
I make all the minions grab an edge of the golden gate and all pull in different directions.
and it works somehow.
Multiple science.
Yes.
Sometimes you catch Kobe rubbing up against the gold foil like,
Yeah, we gotta deal with you at some point too.
one day.
You want to make another nuke for no reason?
Anyone else have gold or actions to spend?
I have money, but I don't have any more ideas that aren't, like, unnecessary at this point.
You
Yeah,
could
I
also,
have a gold, but I'm not sure what to do with it.
You could also think about, like, let's metagame this slightly. This will likely be the last thing you do
Yeah.
in the game. How do you set up your future, right? How do you set up your enterprise for the future? Do you want to spend some of this gold, spend some time trying to, like,
Right.
get a strategy out there for
What
like
we need to
collecting
do,
wealth from the
Carpal.
land, or
Casinos in every city.
No, we need to
Distribution
take
networks.
over the taxes. People are still going to be paying the taxes.
Well, yes.
They just need to pay them to us somehow,
Well,
either
yes.
directly or
So
indirectly.
we'll have to drop some of our.
Here is the real question. Do we tell everybody that there's a god of greed that they need to feed even though we killed it already?
Well, obviously,
or
yes.
do we tell everybody
It's just
there
you
was
this time.
a god of greed
No,
and
no.
we killed it so we're heroes so that they just give us everything for free anyway?
Oh, forget that.
Or do we just let them continue to pay the UPS and the UPS just
I know, I think it'd be
Gives the money
funny if
to
after
us.
all of this we were revered as heroes throughout the entire world.
Yeah, we don't
We're
have any
literally
proof
the
though.
worst.
And as you remember from the light people we wiped out, you could just claim anything. Like people will like you, I guess, but like it doesn't matter what we say. We can say anything anytime. People are gonna like us.
That's why we need to invent cameras
What are those?
And we can take a picture of this thing and be like, hey, this thing will eat your butthole.
So they're like taking notes.
I like the concept of inventing cameras to give someone a picture as proof when they have no idea what a camera is. They have no idea that that's proof.
I mean, all we really need to do is have our post-campaign strategy be religious dissemination of pamphlets
Yeah,
to the rest of the world via cultists.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
And
Tell people, pay us or we'll eat you.
or it'll eat you.
Well, yeah, but you're it.
No, because
Well, I
then they'll
will
come
eat them.
after me. So,
I will eat them if they don't pay me. Let's be perfectly clear.
do we want to lie?
I will suck them into my ghost vacuum.
Are we just going to rule the world with an iron thumb or trickery?
No, we're going to make Gilly Bateman an example.
Gilly Bateman
that's-
doesn't matter.
Yes, that's what we're gonna make him an
We
example.
should strap him to the bomb. To make
Oh,
it tasty.
we definitely should do that.
Somebody want to
Carvalho?
spend gold in actions to
I will.
kidnap-
Oh god, yes.
I spend my last gold. I'm
How
gonna
many
break
gold does it
into.
take?
Oh, 1 gold.
Okay.
Well, I've got a gold too. So
I
we're
break
just
into
gonna-
Gilly Bateman's office. I just grab him by the throat. No, I'm gonna suck him into my ghost vacuum.
I like to think you appear with the ghost vacuum as Metal's like hit squad he has
Yes.
hired of elves just appears like, and you both break down separate doors in the same time. It's like kind of.
Oh, this is awkward.
Neither one of them had a clue.
We zoom out from the house, and the house just like bends and shakes. We hear cartoon violence noises inside, and then you have a Gilly Bateman in a bag.
I'm gonna just strap him to the front of the. No, we'll put him in the bag. We'll hang it from the tip of the end of the corn nook like a stork carrying
He
a.
can ride the bomb.
He did nothing to anybody.
He took out a contract on me.
Yeah, he just revealed that he.
To who? Us?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll let Metal decide what to do with it.
Oh no, he's going to ride the bomb.
He's,
Well, there you go.
he's literally a red herring. He doesn't-
He's in like a bag that looks like it's.
Besides-
Well, he's about to be a ride here.
I understand something. He manufactures the dice that helps people cheat against us when we're gambling.
yeah, but you also do that.
Well, I know that.
Well,
But
now
if
he does-
everybody's cheating, that just evens the playing field.
Do you want to spend gold to take over his operation now? There's a power vacuum.
Oh, absolutely.
There you go. That's a good source of gold.
There you go.
Well, we don't need to
Yeah.
spend money for that. They're light 1, we're dark 6.
True, but you know you
Do
need
whatever.
resources to like pick
Yeah.
up that operation and stuff, acquire that trade.
Yeah, I'm out of gold.
Anyone want to start a new cult? Spread the Goblinomicon
Gladys?
wide.
Yeah?
The goblins.
Aren't you supposed to be doing cults or something? Or is that Asha?
I want to spend our shared gold that's just kind of sitting there and spread our franchise of casinos to everywhere.
Okay, excellent. I'll say it's 1 gold per location to spread a casino there.
Okay.
We
So
will
we're-
gain that pretty quick. It'll just snowball.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. I'm gonna send it to the river trolls. That'll be our first contact.
Excellent.
And that's all the gold that I have access to.
This is literally just like a lake, but a lake and a river.
Yeah.
But because the river trolls control the water here, and they're going to be gambling their value, this lake is going to have tides somehow now.
Talk about
It's
trickle-down
fluctuate
economics.
with
Tithes.
yes, tides.
Tide and tithe, wait for no troll.
Sure.
You
Tide and
could
tithe is what the
establish-
casino's called.
There we go.
You could establish a new orphanage and arm them. You could,
Well, how much would it cost to buy the orphanage?
probably 1 gold because it's.
I have a gold.
Oh, there we go.
You buy the orphanage
Mine.
from IHOP. You do a hostile
Don't know
takeover.
what
You
you
like
just
buy
erased,
stock
but
in
that
it
wasn't
and,
your
like,
gold.
until you have,
What?
I don't know what you just erased, but
Oh.
that wasn't your gold.
Well, that's where I put it before.
That's your gold.
Okay.
Great.
And in
I
this
mean-
case, buying stock is just buying the orphans.
Indeed. Okay,
Okay.
is everyone prepared?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. This won't take long.
But we lose all of his
We can sit
minions
down.
at home because they're the only ones that haven't died the campaign. He's not going to risk them.
Colbert is gonna be enlisted to run the winch.
I had the best minions and they had the best life.
I'm gonna roll an engagement roll, and then I want 1 action from everybody, and this may chain off farther, but generally 1 action from everybody to set all this up, and we'll see how it goes. That's a crit. on your engagement roll.
Okay, fuck him.
So,
Good grief.
who wants to take this first action then? And what are you doing? And you'll just crit on whatever you're doing to set up this raid. Do you want to teleport the ship there with a wormhole tornado, or like have a?
Didn't the
army
wormhole
summon
tornado
you?
take a really long time to set up the first time?
It did, but now you're a tier 5 faction and you crit.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so Gladys summons this epic storm, and we hear the catapult noises as the dragon rises up into an inverted tornado, disappears, reappears over the UPS. Who's on board?
Well, first
Just
I want.
him.
I'm also on board.
Oh, okay.
I want.
No, I'm not.
I want to specify that after she does this from our base and that just closes, she's just like, and goes inside.
Base.
Like,
Excellent.
My
What,
work here is done.
what is Metal doing for this operation?
Metal is going to the order
Okay. You show up
To-
on the doorstep.
1866.
and is going to tell them to watch to the south.
Okay. Excellent.
To what happens to non-believers.
I wouldn't even make you roll for that. They, you are so much more powerful than them at this point that they all look nervous upon your arrival. They all line up as if you are a higher-ranking officer or something, and they watch in the direction you point. And then you two, what are the actions you're taking to finish this all off?
Kobe's wearing needlessly like a leather cap and
Of
goggles,
course.
like the old flighty man's.
I'm going
of
to
the Lord.
I'm gonna speak
Lady
over the
Mans.
loudspeaker.
We are going to destroy your god. If you want to keep your job, please flee the premises and report tomorrow at 6 a.m. at whatever our...
Stognagrad.
So at Stognagrad. Bring an
That was
up-to-date
your-
resume.
What are we?
Yes, that booms over the...
Address again?
Bring an up-to-date resume. We do not offer health insurance.
We're about to crash.
Over.
That'll do great for them if they speak dark.
Yeah,
Through
they
the
better.
walls of the dragon, you hear a muffled "Ah!" as the crowd beneath screams in panic at what you just said.
Can I roll threaten for that?
Yes, you can.
I'm gonna spend a dark card.
Excellent. Get rid of all the resources.
5.
5. Okay. Yeah, you see, even as you're in the air hovering over the place and descending.
And I'm gonna slam the button that triggers the floor to...
Okay, you see, so you know somewhere down there, maybe your
Yeah.
eyes telescope, you zoom down, you see the floor breaking down there. And you see people swarming up out of the crater like ants, just running away for their lives.
They know what happened last time.
Yes.
It's funny if they know what's coming.
They just all instantly believed what you said, and they're all just running out of there. So Kobe, what are you doing? Take us home.
Gobi is going to fly directly into the hole, down, clipping through the map again,
Classic.
until right about in the maw,
Yep, that's it right
and
there.
then just and drop the bomb.
You drop the bomb in. Alright, give me a roll for it.
And it's not going to be on purpose, because the ship flies like this.
Yeah, true.
So it's just going to coincidentally dip up.
Okay, excellent.
Can I
Then
give you?
you
I'm gonna
clip a
give you
tooth that just kind of jank off.
my dark card on that if you don't have a dark card to use.
So you can team up so that we both roll it.
Oh boy.
Roll
and
what?
we take Tinker.
Because I got 1 slash in Tinker.
It doesn't matter. Because we just go with the highest. Or you could assist for more effect but open to consequences. And you're as open to consequences as you can
Oh
get.
yeah, I want to do that.
I'm also going to go hard.
Okay, classic.
Oh yeah.
And I think I can only use
So I
one of
think-
my 2 dark hearts.
With how hard you push the consequences here, failure is death.
Wasn't it already?
Yeah.
Might evaporate my ectoplasm so hard that there is no coming back.
Don't you worry, Metal's got you covered on the failure.
Oh no. I don't know that
Sure.
the Pope can undo nukes.
So I get 1 die when I go hard with a concoction or contraption of my creation,
I think this definitely counts.
which gives me 5 die.
5 die, 1 from, well, Taylor rolls 1.
He rolls 1, I roll 5, and we take the highest result.
Do you have a dark art? Taylor was gonna donate one of
If you don't
I
have a
have
dark
two.
heart,
you. You have
okay,
two, you can.
so we'll each use a dark heart.
Excellent. There's so many dice.
4.
I got a 6.
6. Full success. The dragon plummets through the floor. Tiles are falling all around you, but you're plummeting faster. So instead of the tiles bouncing off the dragon as you fall, they're kind of slowly falling ahead of you. And you plow through a cloud of tiles and gold pieces and things that are all falling down. They scatter away like you've broken open a cloud of gold pieces in the air here. You go down into this maw. You see all these eyes like focus in on you as you descend, like
He's
they're all
gonna
going
make a
cross-eyed.
cross-eyed.
Yeah, and then the dragon jerks off to one side, and you
He does
hit
what?
a tooth. Off to one side, don't worry, it's not looking at me.
Eat this dick!
It hits a tooth, and that releases the bomb. You hear Gilly Bateman scream as he descends into the mouth.
didn't do anything wrong!
The dragon is like comedically flipping over backwards from picking off the tooth, and then opens its wings and. As you breathe the hole in front of you and fly through it, you look out the back of the dragon, and this mouth is closed and makes a comedically loud swallowing sound as it swallows, and then just fireball erupts. You guys fly through the portal closes behind you. We still see you approaching the tower slowly from a distance, and then cut to the inside. And then Metal, up on top of the order, sees a mushroom cloud in the distance. Suddenly, the concept of greed is wiped from the world.
Oh no!
It's a corn on the cob fly.
Yeah, according to the compound, thank you.
Well, one of the popcorn shapes is the mushroom.
Yes.
So there you go.
So you all now have all the wealth in the world. But
And
no,
no desire for more.
no desire for more. You have, well, I won't say you have a desire to give away all your wealth,
Yeah.
but you have no more desire to climb from here. You
Yeah.
have successfully, finally, at the end of your master plan,
We've achieved,
become the richest.
For once in my
Satiated your greed.
life, I feel content.
we've achieved inner peace.
And that's the end of the campaign.
For Kobe to settle down and have disgusting children.
Yes. Classic.
And somehow we all survived.
Somehow. There was a couple close calls.
Even my minions survive.
Yes. But it's kind of a
Mine
slapsticky
didn't.
game. It's not.
How many sets did you go through?
Colbert
Mine are still a
survived.
couple ghosts.
Poor Colbert. Thank you so much for all of that, Jordan. That
Yes,
was,
thank you,
that
Jordan.
was an incredible campaign.
Thank you. I am excited for more show too.
Yeah. For
Really?
the love of all that is holy, nobody play an android.
Why?
Don't worry about it.
I'm
You'll
gonna.
see next week.